Okay, so let us start with the next assignment. There is like find a procedure to launch virtual machine using TriStack. So what TriStack is, it is a provider where you can launch VMs. So nowadays TriStack is not providing that service anymore. So what we will do is we'll find a procedure to launch virtual machines on any other platform or any other service provider. So I'm going to show it on AWS, Azure and GCP. So wherever you have accounts, you can follow along. So yeah, first of all, I'll show it on AWS how it is to be done. So when I log into the management console of AWS, the service which will provide you a VM, that is known as EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. So when we go to the dashboard here, suppose this you'll be greeted with this dashboard. You can type in here EC2. So yeah, this is the one which you want. So this will provide you the virtual machines. So you need to launch an instance here. So yeah, so when you click on the launch instance, you will be provided with the various AMIs. What are AMIs? Amazon Machine Images. So which type of machine you want to boot, may it be Windows or Amazon Linux, CentOS, macOS, anything, Red Hat Enterprise. So anything you want to launch, you can launch. So suppose I am launching it for Ubuntu 1804, Ubuntu 1804. So I'll launch this machine in a free tier. So I'll select this AMI. It is a 7-step process. We have the first step was choosing an AMI, choosing an AMI. Next one is choosing the instance type actually. So how big your instance should be. So you can decide the size of your instance, that how many virtual CPUs you need, how much memory you need, how the storage of that particular instance should be, and what should be the network performance, etc., etc. So as T2.micro is free tier eligible, I'll choose that only by default. It is chosen. So next, configure details. So how many number of instances you need, so that is what to be set here. So we will put in one only here and keep it keep everything as default. You need not to change anything here. Next is add storage. So you can give how much storage you want that particular instance to have, that how much instance should have the storage of. So let it be 8 GB, as we are just looking how we should start a VM. So by default it gives 8 GB. You can reduce it or give in more also. And type of volume, like as which type of volume you need to attach. So depending on your purpose, you can select any of this. Then yeah, that is, you can add tags. Now why tags are there? Because if a particular, you have many virtual machines and you don't know which virtual machine is doing what, so you need to tag them, like this machine is for production level, this machine is for development level. So that is what tags help with. So I'll just name it. So name it as, this is production VM. Okay, production VM. Next is security groups. So what security groups is, it provides a security to your virtual machine, that who all can access or what type of access should be given to this particular virtual machine. So as we see that here SSH is allowed, so anyone can SSH with the particular PEM file or PPK file, can SSH into this VM. So if we add some others also, like HTTPS and HTTP, let me find HTTP here. Yeah, it is. So here you can see that HTTP is allowed on 443 and HTTP is on 80. So what this VM will be allowed, it will be allowed to share the web pages also. If you are configuring this VM for the web service, so you can allow any of the, like, others. If you are setting this VM as an mail server also, you can allow SMTP here. So yeah, this one SMTP. So there are many things. So I'll do is I'll just allow it for HTTPS, HTTP and SSH, review and launch. Okay, so this is the last stage. all the reviews given here and launch. At the launch time, you need to choose a key pair, the PEM file which I talked about. So if you are not, if you are having one, so you can choose an existing key pair or create a new key pair actually, and give it a name. So test key pair, suppose pair. I'll download my key pair. So suppose on desktop I'm saving it is downloaded here, and I'll launch the instance. So using this particular test key pair, I can SSH into my VM, and this is how you launch a virtual machine on AWS. Okay, so here you can see that the name is production VM. It is instance ID. So when I click on it, it will go here. Here you can see all the summary and what all is attached to it, like the security groups, what type of networking it has, how much storage is attached to it, and all the status checks. Okay, so you can monitor also. So as it is yet launching, it hasn't launched yet. So yeah, after launch I'll show you again this window. So now we come to Azure. So how on Azure you should launch a virtual machine. So whenever you come to Azure dashboard, you'll be greeted with this dashboard here. So when you search here for virtual machines, so here in the services you can see your virtual machines. You click on it. Next is you click on create and virtual machine. Okay, so yeah, here also there is a 7-step process as it was in AWS. So you need to uh, take care of that which particular subscription, under which particular subscription you want to launch this virtual machine. Then you can name your virtual machine test virtual machine, suppose. Let's say development VM. Okay, in which region you want to launch this virtual machine. So here, as I was in North Virginia, so this particular virtual machine is also launched in North Virginia. So here the Azure has a global dashboard. So here you need to choose the region where you want to launch it. Okay, now what availability options you need to have. So here you can put in that availability zone, physically separate your resources from Azure region. There are many types. You can, as per your need, you can change the availability options here, and security type you can check in here. So we as there was AMI in AWS, there is image here. Okay, so you can choose whichever you want. We choose Ubuntu Server 1804. Let's do it for Ubuntu Server 24 here. Okay, so this is the size. So here you can check on the sizes, see all sizes. Actually, when you go to size, here you can see that which type of size you want. You can choose it. So I am choosing this one, suppose. Okay, select. Now how you want to log into this virtual machine. So you can use SSH public key, the one which we just downloaded in AWS. That kind of public key will be downloaded in this case also, if SSH public key is your option, or else you can put in the password also. So here you can take that SSH public key, or here you can take the password also. Let us do this, like let us give it name Ubuntu, and password also. It must satisfy its. Okay, copy this and paste it. No, and I'll, okay, I have used the password authentication for it, and inbound ports. So I need to what inbound ports are. So where the particular traffic should come in. So I'll allow selected ports here. So as we allowed for SSH, HTTP and HTTPS, here you can select it. Then next is you go for disk. So the same thing, like which type of disk you want to attach to it. So OS type disk, this is that, and then encryption type here. So Yeah, next is networking. So you need not to change anything, you can keep it by, as default here. No need of load balancing. Next is management. You want monitoring to take place for this VM, you can allow it, or whatever type of things you want to do with your virtual machine, you can enable it or disable it here. Okay, so next is advanced. Nothing, keep it as it is actually. Okay. Next, tags. So as we gave name, this is was the development VM. Okay, next, review and create actually. So so what it is saying that, okay, this is my terms and condition, this is my product details, and it is saying that you have net SSH ports open to internet, so anyone with that particular PEM file can jump into my VM and do whatever he or she wants. Okay, so I'll create it. Okay, so it is initializing deployment actually, deployment progress now. So yeah, we'll come back to it now in a while when it has launched. So let me go to now GCP. Suppose you are doing it for the first time on GCP. So what you need to do is, you need to create a new project. In the new, suppose you are going into the new project, you give the project name. Suppose my first project, and if you are in any organization, you can select the organization here, create, and you need to attach the particular billing account to that particular project. Okay, so as I am in test only, you can go for your my project also, but I have created a test project already, so I'll select it. So in the dashboard here, you go to compute engine and compute engine and VM instances. Yeah, so if you haven't configured any instance, you will be greeted like this. Then you need to click on the create instances. So you can let it be by default name instance 1. Whatever you want, you can keep the name as it is. So you need to select the region where you want to and in which zone you want to launch this VM. Okay, so and type of machine configuration, series is E2, like CPU platform selection based on availability, and the machine type is E2 medium, so it will have two virtual CPUs and 4 GB of memory. So this is the display device you want it, like any recording tools you want or screen capturing you want, so you can enable that thing. After that, which type of boot disk it will have, so as we selected there, that which type of this EBS volume it should have in AWS, the same thing is here in boot disk also. So this is what it has, and it is Debian GNU Linux 10 buster. So this is the image as it was Ubuntu 18.04, it is Debian GNU Linux 10. You can change it from here and you can select any you want. Okay, uh, identity and API access. So as it is your particular machine, so the particular, sorry, account, service account, so you need to select that service account and allow what type of scope this particular VM should have. Okay, and what firewall will allow this particular VM to give the service of HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll create it. Okay, the VM is getting created. Yeah, so meanwhile it is launching, we'll take a look at the AWS instance here. So here you can see that this particular VM is running. So we have successfully configured a virtual machine and launched it on AWS here. Same on Azure. Here you can see that when I go to home and virtual machines, here you can see that the development VM is running. Okay, so you have successfully started a virtual machine on Azure also, and the next one is which is going to start in a while. Yeah, here you can see the tick mark, the instance is running. So yeah, congratulations, you have successfully created instance in all three, what can I say, the cloud providers, the AWS, Azure, and GCP. Yeah, thank you.